Australia, a vast land, a continent of contrasts, from the arid deserts to lush rainforests, and from rugged coastlines to sprawling urban centers. This land has been home to the world's oldest continuous cultures. Ancient stories whisper on the wind. These stories are not just tales, but are the essence of the land itself, carried through the air, etched into the rocks, and flowing through the rivers. These are the Dreamtime stories. They tell of creation, of ancestors who shaped the world, and of the laws that govern the land and its people. Passed down for generations, they are the heart of Aboriginal culture. Elders share these stories, ensuring that the wisdom of the past continues to guide the present and future. For 65,000 years, Aboriginal people have lived here. Their history is rich, their traditions deep, and their connection to the land unbreakable. They cared for the land, lived in harmony with nature. Their practices of land management, hunting and gathering were sustainable and respectful of the environment. They were the first astronomers, the first storytellers. Their knowledge of the stars guided their travels, and their stories provided a framework for understanding the world. Their connection to the land is profound. It is a spiritual connection. Every rock, tree, and river holds significance, and their ceremonies honor this bond. It guides their lives. Their art, dance, and song reflect this. Each performance is a celebration of their heritage and a reaffirmation of their identity. It is a heritage for all Australians, a legacy that enriches the nation and reminds us of the deep roots that connect us all to this ancient land. In the year 1770, Captain James Cook, a renowned British explorer, arrived on the shores of what is now known as Australia. His journey marked a significant moment in history. He claimed the vast east coast for Britain, planting the British flag and declaring the land as part of the British Empire. This act of claiming was a bold statement of power and expansion. This moment marked the beginning of a new era, an era of exploration, colonization, and significant change for the continent. The arrival of the British was seen as the dawn of a new chapter. However, this new era also brought about the displacement of the indigenous peoples who had lived on this land for thousands of years. Their lives were forever altered by the arrival of the Europeans. The British settlers saw an open, empty land, ripe for the taking. They did not understand the deep connection the Aboriginal people had with their land, nor did they recognize their sophisticated societies. They declared the land terra nullius, a Latin term meaning nobody's land. This legal doctrine justified their actions and allowed them to take possession of the land without treaties or negotiations. In 1788, the first fleet arrived, carrying convicts, soldiers, and settlers. This fleet marked the beginning of the British penal colony in Australia. With the arrival of the first fleet, a penal colony was established at Sydney Cove. This settlement became the heart of the new British colony, a place where life was often harsh and unforgiving. Over time, Sydney Cove grew and developed, becoming the bustling heart of modern Sydney. But in those early days, survival was a constant struggle, and the settlers faced many challenges. As the British expanded their territory, conflict with the Aboriginal people grew. The indigenous population resisted the encroachment on their land, leading to a long and painful history of conflict and resistance. Gold, the cry echoed across the land. In 1851 it began. A rush of people from all corners of the globe. Australia would be forever changed. People dreamt of riches. They flocked to the goldfields from China, Ireland, Germany, and beyond. A multicultural society was born. New towns sprang up. Melbourne and Sydney boomed. The economy thrived, but there were tensions. Competition for gold led to conflict. Discrimination against Chinese immigrants was rife. Section 4. Towards Federation and Beyond. The colonies grew, stronger, more independent, but they faced challenges. Defense, trade, and immigration needed a united front. On the 1st of January 1901, it happened. The 6 colonies united. Australia, the nation, was born. A new chapter had begun. The new parliament met in Melbourne. A new constitution was drafted. Australia sought its place in the world, a young nation finding its way. Section 5. A modern nation finds its feet. The 20th century brought new challenges. Two world wars tested the young nation. Australians fought bravely on distant shores. After World War II, things changed. Immigration surged, from Europe, then further afield. Australia's multiculturalism deepened. The fight for Indigenous rights gained momentum. The 1967 referendum was a turning point. Aboriginal people were finally counted in the census. The journey towards reconciliation began. Section 6. Australia, Today and Tomorrow. Australia in the 21st century is a vibrant nation, a land where the past and the future intertwine seamlessly. From the bustling cities of Sydney and Melbourne to the serene outback, Australia is a country of contrasts and harmony, a unique blend of cultures, where people from all corners of the globe come together to create a rich tapestry of traditions, languages, and cuisines. This multiculturalism is one of Australia's greatest strengths, fostering innovation and creativity. A land of beauty and opportunity, from the stunning Great Barrier Reef to the vast outback. Australia is also a leader in renewable energy, harnessing the power of the sun and wind to build a sustainable future. But challenges remain. Climate change is real. Bushfires and droughts are more frequent, devastating communities and ecosystems. The impact of these natural disasters is a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. We must protect our environment for future generations. Reforestation and conservation efforts are crucial. Indigenous Australians play a vital role in these initiatives, bringing their deep connection to the land and traditional knowledge to the forefront. We must right the wrongs of the past. Reconciliation remains a priority as we strive to acknowledge and heal the injustices faced by Indigenous communities. Their culture and history are integral to Australia's identity. Close the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Australians. Build a future together, where everyone has equal opportunities and respect. Australia's story continues, shaped by the resilience and spirit of its people. A story of resilience, mateship, and hope. We move forward with courage and determination, embracing the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Together, we strive towards a brighter tomorrow, united in our diversity and shared vision for the future.